Hello, minions. And I'm back for part 2 of my creative class video, and I was planning on continuing it after part 1, but as you heard at the end of part 1, I got busy. So whereas that was a Friday night, it is now a Sunday night, and we're going to continue. But the good thing about that is I should be, actually, I'm very close to... Ooh, I'm very close to prestiging. Oh, that sucks. I should almost wait. But anyway, and I've unlocked a couple new things for my M27, and I will actually even show you that I have what a weapon prestige does, because I just maxed out my MP7. So, actually, this is just a laser sight setup, but I'll show you how that works as well. And the last time we finished up, and I still hadn't really talked about any of my custom classes in too much depth, but I talked generally about perks, and I had finished talking about EMP grenades. The only thing I will talk about generally before moving on is the reason I'm running Simtex in all my kits right now is because I ran Frags the first prestige, so I switched it up for Simtex the second prestige, and basically... Where's the challenges? What you'll see is... Where's equipment? Is that equipment? Oh, no, it's just my career. Is that I have less success with Simtex. I mean, like, you have to extrapolate the math. I have less success with Simtex than I do with grenades. And I believe it's true in this game like it was in Black Ops 1, that grenades are more powerful. They have a bigger blast radius than Simtex. But Simtex has the property of being sticky and having a shorter fuse. And you can't cook a Simtex, but you can cook a grenade. So just by the virtue of it being more powerful and I have the ability to cook it and determine when it goes off, I'm more successful with grenades. So that's why I'm running Simtex right now, just as a variety thing now, because I prefer them. I definitely prefer Frags over Simtex. But anyway, I've already talked enough about the assault kit as I need to. I run toughness on it because the way I have this kit set up, especially with an assault rifle, the reduced flinch when getting hit is a good choice, and even though it's not necessarily, like, the perk 2s aren't so must-have in most cases, to where I couldn't do without it, but I'd rather have toughness than an extra EMP grenade, and if I wanted to have another perk, like in perk 3, which would be nice to have, like tac mask, I would need 2 more points, and I'd have to give up like my lethal grenade or something like that, and I don't want to do that, so so I run toughness. It's a good option if you need to get an extra point out of a perk 2. I think unless you're running like a pure like stealth build to try and stay away from player-controlled air support, which is what Cold-Blooded does, then I think toughness is the best perk 2 in general. Scavenger's good like it was in previous games, except because I don't run a secondary weapon, picking up an extra primary weapon off the ground is second nature, so getting more ammo for my primary isn't as important because I usually have a second primary that someone else was carrying. My CQB kit is like it sounds. It's intended for close quarters battles, and it runs actually the way it's set up now, the exact same setup as the assault kit, but it runs an SMG, which is kind of the primary difference, right? These are basically the same class, but you're talking assault rifle versus SMG, and SMGs are more powerful in Black Ops 2 right now. I'm just doing the MSMC right now. I spent, I'll show you, the MP7 is what I've spent more time with. Not from preference, I just started using it. PDW is good. It's got a large mag, but a slow rate of fire, and the high rate of fire is really nice. Thanks for that, huh? This is really what makes an SMG powerful, is its time to kill. But this is a powerful SMG. I mean, its per shot damage is higher than the others, but the rate of fire is slower. The Vector is a really good in-between. The Scorpion is really nice. It's got a really high rate of fire, but low damage and range. So it's just a good all-around option. Chi-Com's burst fire by default, but it burst fires so fast it's pretty much automatic if you just pump the trigger. I haven't used it in anything other than like gun games, but that's just because I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't spent as much time with SMGs because even though they're the best weapon in the game, I mean you can see basically half my builds are assault rifles and half my builds are SMGs, and I use this kit the most. CQB and Capra are probably about tied for second most use. And then probably Gits and Shiggles right behind that. But yeah, this is just a close quarters build with an SMG. SMGs, the MSMC benefits from fast mags because it's got not a slow reload, because most SMGs have a pretty fast reload. The PDW has a slower reload, really benefits from fast mags. The MP7 does not need fast mags, because I think it's got the fastest reload in the SMG category. It's like 1.7 seconds by itself, something like that. But you can get away without fast mags on SMGs, but I like to run 2 attachments, and extended mags, I find myself reloading more often than I use the full mag anyway, and then having that slower reload, it's just like, you know what, I might as well just have fast mags. Laser sight, for an SMG, I think is absolutely essential. They've already got the best hip fire of all the weapon categories. Laser sight makes it even better, and it makes it so you rarely have to aim down the sights on an SMG. And the thing is just, they are just killing machines. As I've said before, I think that needs to be tweaked a bit. But yeah, same build there. Anti-air is exactly what it sounds like. This kit is set up for taking down 4 streaks. That's what this exists for. Someone calls it a stealth chopper or something. Because I'm not running blind eye on all my classes like I used to in Prestige 1, I have this kit set up so if someone sends up some air support and I get killed by it and I want to take it down so I don't get killed by it again and again, and, you know, to do the team play thing. Then I throw this kit on. It's got blind eye so that I'm not targeted by AI-controlled air support. It's got ghost so that I stay off the radar. And it's got cold-blooded so that player-controlled kill streaks don't see me. So basically, I'm staying away from score streaks. That's the build for the perks. And then I've got a launcher, so I've got 2 missiles there to take down air support, and then 2 black hats, because you can also use black hats to take down air support. I think 2 missiles will take down like a stealth chopper, but also 2 black hats will. 2 black hats are slower, but if I use both my missiles to take down a stealth chopper, say I use 1 to take down a UAV and 1 to take down a counter UAV, then I still have black hats left to take down anything else. This is typically one of those kits that I switch to shoot down a piece of air support, and then when I die, I'll switch back to something else. So this isn't really a sustainable class. I don't run Engineer to get much effect out of Black Hat. Will you go check on King? He's getting into the taco trash. The joys of doing live commentary in a real house. That's my anti-air setup. The gun here is kind of incidental. I'm running an assault rifle right now. Whatever. The idea behind the assault rifle instead of an SMG is I am not going to try and be near people while I'm shooting down air support. I'll probably be in our spawn. So something that suits itself more to middle and long-range engagements. The stealth setup for a while did have an SMG in it, and I actually haven't used it since I put an assault rifle in it, but basically the stealth setup is exactly what it sounds like. It's all about staying off of the radar, staying away from the air support, and being silent. So, whereas anti-air is built around taking down air support and staying away from it that way, this is built around killing people and staying away from their radar and stuff that lets you them detect you. So, a silent setup. If this were an SMG, like I would probably run like the Vector with a silencer and a laser sight, but since it's an assault rifle, I'm running a silencer and fast mags. It would be nice to have silencer, fast mags, and a laser sight on this, but it's not worth... Will you crate him? It's not worth taking the primary gunfighter for this, because...
Come here.
Just wrestling with the dog. As part of staying away from score streaks and staying stealthy, I take blind eye.
Great,
so
King.
I could trade blind eye for primary gunfighter, but again, this is about being sneaky. Cold-blooded engineer, so that I can use my black hat to actually hack enemy equipment or destroy enemy kill streaks. Simtex again is incidental because of just because of this prestige. Capper. Actually, normally Gits and Shiggles would be in my slot 5. Capper's in slot 5 this time because I did a prestige and I got an extra custom class, so I moved it up just because I put Gits and Shiggles at the bottom. The idea behind Gits and Shiggles being it's something I'm just kind of playing around with, although it's kind of become standard in this setup that I'll explain in a second. Which is one of my favorite things about the pick 10 system is being able to do this setup. Capper is built around playing the objective. As you'll see, Flak Jacket, Ghost, Tac Mask, and Engineer. It's all about getting on the flag, surviving as long as possible. Engineer helps me take out bouncing Bettys and C4 or Claymores that people have inevitably set on them. EMP grenades because I'm not trying to hack stuff, I'm trying to destroy it. So if someone sets up a sentry gun to defend an objective, I can chuck that EMP grenade and take it out. Need a lethal grenade because if someone's doing a flag cap. I would prefer a frag again, but I'm not going to keep talking about that. No perk 2 necessary in this build because the important perks are Flak Jacket and Tac Mask. And, Sarah, I can hear that. you can plug those headphones into that. God, 11 minutes. I'm going to have to probably stop and go to part 3 here anyway. But yeah, this build is basically built around these 2 perks. And Ghost is important for when I'm moving towards an objective. Like if say we're playing Domination and they've got A and B capped and we're stuck at C, and we keep trying to get B capped and we can't because they're defending it, sometimes it's good to go all the way to A, throw them off their game by taking their spawn point, which they're not defending. And Ghost allows you to do that without them noticing on the UAV that you're wandering past everybody, and they're like, hey, where's he going? And then, yeah, so that's that build. And then Gits and Shiggles is one of my favorite builds. I don't use it as much because it's a little more specialized. It's not really much of a team play setup as much as a fun kind of Slayer setup. So this is a good kit to use in Kill Confirmed or Team Deathmatch. And really, because it's an assault rifle shotgun setup, it's also good for things like Hardpoint. I mean, it is an effective kit, but it uses a standard 3-perk setup. The goal here being to run a shotgun. And someone asked me this before, and I think I answered them in a comment, but shotguns in this game are primary weapons, so I'm running Overkill as my wild card here, which lets me take 2 primaries. So I'm running... This is typically occupied by either like the SMR, or the FAL, because, semi-auto long-range rifles. The idea being that you have a long-range and a short-range alternative, so you engage long-range targets with the assault rifle, and then if you're going and clearing a building or someone's getting close to you, you switch to the shotgun to get that one-hit kill. And this is a good setup for that. I haven't spent a lot of time with the other shotguns. I have spent quite a bit of time with the 870, and it is a beautiful shotgun with long barrel. I haven't used it much without long barrel, but I've used it enough without long barrel to know that with long barrel, it's a much better weapon. Long barrel, of course, extending the range of the shotgun, meaning you've got a one-hit kill from a longer distance. It's not still a long distance, and this does allow you to actually get people at kind of medium short range with 3 or 4 shots and actually get a kill on them. But the purpose of this is to extend that one-hit kill range so that when you're doing close range engagements, you are most likely going to kill people if they're close to you. This could be just as effective with a normal assault rifle. Taking an SMG would kind of defeat the purpose of a shotgun because an SMG is a little more versatile than a shotgun, and a shotgun is just slightly more effective at extreme close range, unless you miss your first shot, and an SMG will tear you apart. Fast hands is essential for this setup, which allows you to switch your weapons faster. Using equipment faster is okay, but and I never throw grenades back, but mainly this is about switching from your assault rifle to your shotgun really quickly, so that as you're moving around, you can swap them back and forth. I'm at 1421, so I'm going to have to finish this in the next video and show you weapon prestiging and stuff. So, see you in just a second.